The deadliest phrase in sales, I need to think about it. And if you don't know how to respond, you'll lose the deal right there. And if you don't know how to respond, you'll lose the deal right there. Today, I'm going to show you the exact response to turn that stall into clarity and often into a close. Early on in my career, every time I would hear that, I would freeze up, just like the rest of you. I'd say things like, sure, no problem, I'll follow up with you next week, or I'll reach out with you soon. And guess what? They ghosted me every time. A lesson I had to learn early on in my sales career was that the be back bus don't ever come back. Once I learned to dig into what they actually meant and what their true objections were, my close rate doubled. Because I need to think about it is never the real issue. It's always code for something else, and it's your job as a closer to dig in and find that answer. Here's why it's deadly. Because the prospect feels uncertain, and when they feel uncertainty, they begin to stall. When they begin to stall, most reps, they just begin to retreat because they fear losing the sale. In turn, momentum dies, and any energy that the prospect had moving towards closing begins to move the opposite direction. The real issue is hidden down below. Budget, timing, and additional decision maker, things that they're not saying to you yet. If you just take the surface level smoke screen, you'll lose every time. You have to get that out of the way and get down to the real problem. And a way that I really like to teach this for younger sales reps, especially young men, is to think about women. When you're talking to a girl, they almost never tell you what's really wrong the first time, do they? They make you have to ask the right questions to dig in so that you can get to what they want you to ask. They're never going to just tell you outright what the problem is, and neither are your prospects. So you got to keep that in mind, that what they're saying to you is probably just something to get out of the way, because when they say, I need to think about it, it's really just code for a hidden objection. So here's my exact response. Here's the line. Totally makes sense, Mr. Prospect. Just out of curiosity, is it budget, timing, or fit that you're really still considering? And then be quiet and let them answer. And this will work for you because of a few reasons. First off, it shows empathy. It shows that you're listening and that you can feel what they're saying. Number two, it forces specificity. It makes them say what the real problem is and not just the thing that they're trying to use to get you out of the way. And it also gives a multiple choice framework that encourages them to pick one instead of being vague, which again leads to the specific answer that you're looking for. Yeah, I really just need to think about it. Of course, out of curiosity, is it budget, timing, or fit that you're really still considering? Well, really, it's timing. We're mid-project right now. Perfect. Let's set this up for when you wrap in 30 days and I'll lock in your rate today. Cover the wrong way versus the right way. No worries, I'll follow up. You lose. So the right way, clarify, handle the objection, and advance the deal. Here's some advanced tips for you as well. If they say, well, everything, then they're not yet convinced of value and you need to circle back to the ROI conversation. If they say, well, someone else needs to weigh in on the decision, that means you missed the proper question to find all the decision makers, which then means you need to reset with all of them in the conversation, whether that's phone call, text, email. You want to have all the decision makers aligned together. And if you're consistently hearing budget being one of the problems, then create a downsell option, financing opportunities, or other ways for your customers to get in the door and break that price barrier for less money down up front. Or use ROI reframing to show them how they will get a return on their money over time. So remember, guys, I need to think about it is never the real truth. There's always a hidden objection buried underneath there. It's your job to ask the right questions so that we can get it pulled out, get it addressed, and close the deal. Comment stall and I'll send you my full objection handling playbook. And don't forget to subscribe and share with a friend, because next week I'm covering the equally deadly objection. We'll get back to you.